Hello and welcome back to Two Across, the podcast where two friends on opposite sides of the Atlantic catch up over a crossword. I'm Theo in London.
I'm Rob in Montreal. And we're back.
We are for season 3.
For season 3. Man, time flies when you're noodling about with crosswords.
It does. I think we worked out just now we are officially on episode 68.
68 in toto, although we like to number from beginning of season. So we're episode 3.1 or 68, all the way. But the 68's important because the other thing we talked about, Theo, was a potential objective for the end of the year.
Indeed. Hot off the press.
Yes.
We are planning to do a live recording for our 100th episode, which, if we can get this right, will be the culmination of season 3. So,
and wouldn't that be something?
That would be something.
In situ, in person, in London, likely. I think that's where we've agreed is the most logical place to do this, because I'll probably be there. I think that's how next summer's shaping up, and this is how our lives are, that we're already thinking about next summer, because of course the house that my mum has in Kent, which I don't think I've ever really mentioned on the pod, is a hot commodity in the summer. So I got two sisters and we compete for access. And such are our personalities and the size of the house that cohabitation for long periods of time is not healthy. So we're all trying to find our own slot, and the one that we are kind of angling for right now is early July, in that space between when my kids get off school and when your kids are still at school, and all of our other friends in London and other places are still at school. Because what I've learned is you show up in August and no one's there. Everyone's gone. Everyone's in Greece or Spain or Italy or Northumberland.
Well, look, Rob, bearing in mind, yes, we will not be in school holidays at that point. So
9.
Therefore, many of our friends and contacts should still be in town. I'll put the O2 Arena on notice. That,
yes.
We are planning our live show, and I'm sure they will clear the space for us.
Failing that, or we'll book for one night only that purpose-built stage they built for the ABBA Journey, and we'll have the Robitar and Theatar massive on stage. We'll go for big
Wouldn't
avatars.
That be something?
Yeah.
Yes. That obviously would be a plan B, but nevertheless, again, I'll get in touch with the producers. Just let them know. I think they should. I mean, we may have to do 2 nights there.
Yes.
Just to satisfy demand, but nevertheless, we will let you know, dear listeners, as these plans evolve.
Yes,
and of course, by announcing these plans at the very top of season 3, we are sort of now beholden to them. So, we've very much outed ourselves. We cannot back out now. We will have to come up with some sort of actual live show plan, so
of some sort.
Yes, watch this space. Zeus is just leapt onto the sofa and curled up rather awkwardly, sort of on my laptop. So if I do suddenly cut out at any point, it's probably because his paw has brushed against the escape key or something like that. So,
but you're doing extreme podcasting, because the other thing I learned before we kicked off is that, first of all, you got on screen as Big Brother. I have like a giant Theo head on my screen. I don't have much context around a Theo because his laptop is such that it must be held at all moments for fear that it topple over, given issues with its screen. And now young Zeus is sitting on top of said laptop. So you're adding to the degree of difficulty, which adds, I would say, an air of sort of drama to today's crossword.
Yeah, very much so. Yes, I'm very precariously situated here. The laptop screen is floppy, is the basic problem, and I cannot hold it.
And so is the Shih Tzu, by the way.
You will. And so is the Shih Tzu. A floppy Shih Tzu, a floppy laptop screen, all of which means all of this could all topple down at any moment. So, bit of jeopardy for you. Now, Rob, being the first episode of the season, and we've had a couple of months off, we should probably do a quick sort of update on, on life and all of that. So we did, of course, see each other over the summer.
We did.
So we've had a chance to catch up a bit.
Yes.
And which was lovely. We sat on a beach in Maine and looked out to the sea and discussed our lives and our creative enterprises, particularly your creative enterprise.
Yes, at that moment. We discussed our purposes while watching porpoises.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. We did. We literally did that. Yes.
That was
a memoir title. Yeah.
That was nice. It was fairly recent, not much more than a month ago, but it honestly feels like several months ago. Sort of the
it's
summer
that weird thing.
Yeah, the summer rushes to its conclusion, and then it puts its sort of definitive kind of firewall between it and once school starts, which for both of us has happened, and now we're just sort of seated back in life. 8 months or 9 months of just sort of the furtherance of regular day-to-day life, which you might be able to tell from my tone is not at the moment getting me very excited. But
Yeah, I sympathize with that feeling as well. I'm feeling, on one hand, pleased to be back in familiar routine, although not that familiar for me because our oldest has just started secondary school. So we're in a kind of new routine, a new old routine, which has taken a bit of adjusting to.
Yes.
But also, that sort of sense of slight ennui, I guess, about the impending wintry gloom and this feeling of grinding normality rather than comforting normality.
Grinding normality. I want to get that tattooed on my forearm.
You should. I think that, similar length words. I think that could work quite well in the arms, the hands of the right artist.
I think so.
Maybe some stylish calligraphy.
Yeah.
On the G and the N.
Yes.
Of grinding and normality. Speaking of which, shall we do our first crossword?
I think
of
we
season 3?
I think we should.
Let's go to the crossword, 'cause crossing words is fun.
Right. So, Guardian Quick Crossword number 17,267.
Yes.
And as a quick recap, we do these blind. We don't look at any clues in advance. We encourage you to play along, which you can do by clicking the link in the show notes or just going straight to the Guardian Quick Crosswords and selecting number 17,267. We set a timer of 30 minutes, which I'm about to do, and no cheating and no peeking, and that is all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. And we have managed to salvage each of the last 2 seasons in ways that might seem deeply suspect to our listenership, especially last year, given the depth of the hole that we dug for ourselves. So, let's see what manner of intrigue we can confection this year for listeners as we go through this one.
It did seem a little too convenient that we managed to turn our fortunes around last season just in time to win the series, but I assure you it was entirely genuine.
Well, I would say that the crosswords took a turn for the devilish sometime around March. Really, really difficult. And I have to admit, they did take a turn for the much easier as the spring progressed. Like I think we were greatly thanked either by a change in the setter's mood or frankly, potentially a change in the setter. But we're talking about dogs, setters in this case. Why don't we go to 9 across? Because that's the one for some reason that I jumped to, which is border dog, ? Which for long-term listeners or long-term crossworders, you know that when they have a question mark, it's somewhat cheeky. It's a 7-letter long word, and the clue is border dog. I had an initial guess, but it's too short, which would probably be the obvious initial guess.
I also have a guess.
Go, let's hear that.
As a dog owner, this should be my territory.
Yes.
And I believe it may be terrier.
Oh, of course, because I was thinking collie, because it's like a border collie. But
border
border terrier. Yes, a border terrier. Couldn't think of another border breed.
So border terriers are lovely dogs. They're the sort of they look slightly mutty. They're kind of like brown, sort of muddy brown colour. And there's one in the series Colin from Accounts, if anyone is aware of that, which is a comedy I would recommend, Australian comedy. And Colin from Accounts is the dog in the show, and he is a border terrier. So if you want to know what one looks like,
there you go.
You can look up him.
And if you want to have a little musical moment around terriers, I would strongly suggest the Terrier song by Bruce McCulloch, a great Canadian comedian, where he expounds upon his love of terriers and how they are his very favorite breed. Cute and cuddly, easy dogs to feed.
I love terriers. Obviously, I have a Shih Tzu, so I also love them. But there's something terriers have sort of big dog energy.
Yeah.
Yes, I would say it's a general rule, which may not be your thing, but if it is your thing, then yes, terriers are for you.
That's what they're bringing to the dog park. Okay, so go for it.
Okay, here's a nice, hopefully easy one. 3 down. Unusual, 4 letters. Third letter R from terrier.
Unusual, odd, strange, queer, or rare. Wow. So that's kind of interesting because I don't think in North American English we would say rare as kind of, well, I guess so. But in Spanish, raro means kind of odd. Which is sort of unusual. Like, I don't know that I guess unusual in the sense that it's something that you don't see often.
Yeah.
But like unusual in the sense that it might be kind of off. Would you use that in England, like rare in that context?
Rare. We use the opposite, actually. I'd say it's probably used to mean like it's of rare distinction.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just unusual without a normative judgment. Like I'm thinking unusual in terms of weird. You know, like you've got some pejorative kind of judgment of it. And I think in Spanish, raro has that a little bit, you know?
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's move on. Fertilizer, 2 down. 6 letters long. Third letter, T, fertilizer. Like nitrates or potash. That could also potash.
That's a good idea. That's a good guess. I like that.
Yeah, well, Canada are one of the foremost global producers of potash. We make a lot of this stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's pencil it in because
it might not be right, but it is a fertilizer.
I can't think of anything else that we could test it with 1 across, which is sheets holder 5-4.
Yeah.
Which could be the first word could be paper.
Yes, because it's space P space R, and then we have 4 letters, so it could be paper something.
Paper clip.
Paper clip. Oh, Theo, very nice. Like that.
Rob.
Remember the old paper clip in old versions of Word that would sort of suggest grammatical things, or it
so bloody annoying. I mean, so annoying.
Clippy or whatever his name was.
Hey, can I help? No.
The best like meme that I saw from the late 90s. Remember when people used to like email around memes to each other as opposed to share them on social media? One of them was a picture of Clippy at the bottom of a document saying, "I see you're about to write a suicide note. Want some help?"
Oh, God. Yes, that is very good. I mean, Clippy would always pop up at the worst possible moments, i.e. when you were the most frustrated with whatever document you were attempting to save or export, and up would pop this fucking paperclip, trying to help you when all you wanted was your computer to unfreeze.
Yeah.
And the paperclip was doing quite the opposite. It was just adding to the
the
processor load.
Yeah. With annoying cheerfulness.
Yeah. Because people get very nostalgic about the 1990s these days. It's very in to be nostalgic about the 90s, which I am a bit, for certain things. But there are other things that I just am not nostalgic for at all. And those old 90s computers are definitely one of those. Anyway, let's move on because we've started well and we don't want to lose momentum. So let's go for 4 down, multiple worder.
An economist, I think I have a guess on this, which is
excellent.
Advocating I won't go into it. Advocating
Okay.
non-interference, 7-5. We have the first and the third letter of the first word. L space I, and then 4 spaces, and then a 5-space word. So this is used in economics. When I saw advocating non-interference, I was thinking sort of Gandhi, peaceful resistance, or passive resistance, but it is not that. It is a term popularized and much beloved by classic economists and the right.
Oh, it's not something liberal something.
No, it's a French word, Theo, or two French words.
It must be, because it must be, is it L-E-I?
No.
No. L-A-I? I don't know. Rob, tell us. Just tell us.
It is let do, literally, which is laissez-faire.
Oh, lovely.
Like when someone has a laissez-faire attitude, or laissez-faire economics, which is full, unwavering belief in the invisible hand.
Yeah.
And that you must allow it to guide society to the optimal outcome.
You see, I always think of laissez-faire as just meaning laid back, essentially. And
yeah, which it is.
I think it is true to an extent, but it does have a more active meaning, I suppose, doesn't it? That if you're a laissez-faire economist, you're basically a hands-off.
Yes. You are a free market economist, as they are also called.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Which
allow the markets to sort of siphon off what they can and then funnel them into the pockets of the wealthy.
Yeah.
That is...
Well, we're living with the consequences of much laissez-faire economics.
We are indeed. Well, Reagan and Thatcher were both examples.
I'm a huge fan.
No.
But
no.
Let's park that for another time. Here's a nice clue that I think I get. 14 across, local -drinker, and it's 6 letters, 4th letter Z from laissez-faire.
And 2 came to mind, like for a drinker, a boozer for sure, but I wouldn't see that as a local. And then for a local, like just a sort of guy on the street, a geezer, but that isn't a drinker. So is there a third thing I'm not getting?
No, you were right the first time. So in England, you would say the boozer to mean your local pub.
Oh, local, like your local.
We're going down the boozer. Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking local as in, like a denizen,
So I think we can put that in.
Yep. The boozer.
Here's a quick nature one, 12 down, wasp-like insect, 8 letters, 2nd letter O. Must be hoverfly.
A hoverfly. Wow.
Yeah.
All
Do you
right.
get those in Canada?
No. Well, maybe we do. I don't know that they're called that, but we presently are at peak wasp level, almost to a level I've never seen, and they're very aggressive. Yeah,
I hate wasps. Yeah.
I think we had a very dry summer, which you would have seen when you're in Maine. I mean, it was literally so dry that we went canoeing this summer, and by the time that trip rolled around, or the end of it, it was a full fire ban in all of northern Ontario because it hadn't rained in like 3 weeks. And I think that and the heat have just sent the wasp population multiplying greatly.
Yeah.
And now they're everywhere. Like every square foot of outside's got a wasp buzzing around it frenetically, looking for sugar. So
yeah. We've had loads over here as well. I think you're right. It's been a sort of unique combination of conditions that has just made them go bananas.
Yes.
I slightly questioned I'm sure they have a role in the natural world, but I mean, is it sufficient that we need so many of them? Wasps.
Yeah, I'm not sure because yes, they pollinate, and apparently they do control some pest insects.
Fair.
Although they themselves are a pest insect, so it's hard to kind of differentiate that. However, in such numbers, because I think most of what they do is sort of raid picnics and garbage bins. But that's
the foxes of the sky.
Yeah.
So I've just looked them up, by the way. Hoverflies, also called flower flies or ceophids. Syrphids.
Well, that's less romantic.
So it sounds like it's just not a thing where you are. But
No.
anyway, yeah, they're like wasps without the sting. They're quite pleasant, really.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd take a wasp
And they're a
without the
bit
sting.
smaller.
We
Yeah.
just need to re-engineer them. We got to get biotechnology on this goal. Re-engineer
It's
the
so
wasp.
true.
Let them pollinate, but no more stinging.
Come on, scientists. Right, 17 across. Binding agreement, 8 letters, 4th letter E, 6th letter A. Binding agreement. And it can't be contract
Nope.
with hoverfly, although I'm beginning to think hoverfly might be wrong. Because I think that surely is contract.
Yeah, but your hoverfly, I mean, it really does fit. Wasp-like insect, and you said it is wasp-like.
And
That's
it does
what
also
this-
fit with 20 across. Have you seen this one? Which is
No.
1996 Francis McDormand film, or Wells Financial Service Company. And that's F blank R blank blank, which must be Fargo.
Fargo. Yeah.
So I think, therefore, maybe hoverfly is right, and it's not contract. But I can't think of something else that is a binding agreement.
No. We could get 5 down, which is very long, and would give us the last letter of the binding contract, and we could help ourselves in getting 5 down by getting 11 across, which is a 4-letter word. It is an anagram.
First of the season.
First of the season, everybody. That's exciting. It's a short one, just to get us off sort of tiptoeing into it this year, which is lies, Lies, 4 letters long. Second letter is S. And it is, so I think I have a guess on that one, because it really is really.
I've got a guess as well.
What is it?
Is it Isle?
ISIL. Yeah, I think that fits.
That's ISLE, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So then that means our infliction. Infliction. That's an interesting word.
Infliction. See, I read it as affliction. Infliction.
12 letters. P blank R blank E blank R blank 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 O blank. Infliction. Like you have something's inflicted on you.
Yeah.
It's like started raining outside, even though it's bright sun. It's one of those sort of strange moments.
Is this being inflicted? It's an infliction, Theo.
It's been inflicted on me. The rain is what could the word?
Yeah. So for listeners who want to puzzle along with us, it is 12 letters long. It is P space R space E space R space 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 O space.
See, I bet it finished. I'd put money on it finishing shun.
Yeah, probably.
T-I-O-N.
Probably.
Would peroration?
Was that a word?
I think so.
But then we've got like 2 double R's in it. Peroration.
I mean, that's mad, isn't it?
I mean, I don't even know what a peroration is.
No, it can't be peroration. It just feels like a word. I think I want it to be a word more than I truly believe it is a word.
Yeah. Perturbation? No, it doesn't fit. Oh, it does fit. No, perturb has a U, doesn't it? It's perturb, not perturb.
That's not a bad. So P-E-R.
Oh, but it wouldn't be, because then it would be perturbation. No, that doesn't fit.
Right, let's try and get some more letters on it.
All right. Well, we can't. We can't. I mean, we're assuming the T as the 4th last word, assuming this binding agreement ends in a T. Why don't we just leave it now? Now we're going to go somewhere else, and we're going to let that stew inside of the wasp nests of our brains.
Okay, 15 down. Wine shop, 6 letters.
Yes.
So, because you could say vintner, couldn't you? But that's 7 letters.
Yeah, but vintner would be good. Enoteca.
Wine shop. You can't say an offie.
Yeah, it wouldn't fit.
That
But it
doesn't
would be
fit.
good.
No.
Well, let's take 21 across because I think we can get this one.
Yeah.
And that would give us at least the last word of that. So that's a soldier for hire, 9 letters across, ending in Y.
A lot of these fighting in Ukraine at the moment. It's a mercenary.
A mercenary.
Which gives our wine shop a last letter of A.
Yeah. Bodega?
And by the way, we are currently 13 and a half minutes left.
Okay, we've got I thought we were just cruising along and we had no worries, but now we've got worries.
I like Bodega.
So it's a great album by John Spencer and the Blues Explosion, by the way. Now I Got Worry. Very good.
There you go.
Bodega could fit because it ends in A, and that is a wine shop in Spain.
Like it.
A bodega.
Your Spanish knowledge is really coming through today, Rob.
Yeah, seemingly. You never know when things are going to help out.
This is making this 17 across binding agreement look even more like it should be a contract.
It really does.
Or a covenant?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Yes, it's like the covenant that God had with Moses, or whether wasn't there some covenant there?
Okay.
Biblical types.
Yeah, if it is covenant, and I think we can assume it is, then I think our 5 down infliction does end TION.
Yeah.
But what comes before it? And we've got every letter we're going to get. So it's P blank R blank E blank R blank T.
Yeah.
Blank O blank.
Oh no, it's but first of all,
I think. I was about to say perturbation, but it's just not, is it?
I mean, perversity, but that's not really like. Yeah, I'm very confused. Okay, let's. Yeah, because we're going to get lost, and then we actually have quite a lot of crossword left. So for those visually minded, we have the entire right side save our infliction, but not the whole left side. So let's get on that and start that off with another anagram. Another 4-letter anagram, Theo. 18 down, ending in E, 4 letters long, and it's an anagram of bale, like a bale. Is that how you spell a bale of hay? BALE, or is that how you spell Gareth Bale?
Yes.
Or maybe both.
Maybe both, yes.
Yeah.
So it must start, do we think, you've probably got it, have you? Is it labe? Is that a word?
Labe.
My labe.
Dirty.
It does sound a bit.
Well, yes. So it could start, or it should start with A.
Oh. Able.
Yeah, what do you think?
Of course. Yes, I think definitely that. Let's move on.
Okay.
19 across, dignify.
Yeah.
7 letters.
Like what the
D,
queen does with a
E.
sword.
Ennoble.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah.
Ennoble.
Which is a double N. So it's... and by the way, it's my crossword word of record because I did the intro, didn't I? So
double N. So
I have to get everything right.
Yeah, that's right. Now we've got another one coming down, picking up the N from ennoble as its third last letter, and the R from mercenary as its last letter. It is a 6-6, 7 down, lab equipment. So it would end in N space R.
This is a classic of the chemistry classroom.
Highly.
And my daughter was talking about it just this week, because in her first week at school, I said, how all the lessons, and she said they were great. Although in science, I sat next to somebody who tried to set fire to something using the Bunsen burner.
The Bunsen burner. So
dear old Mr. Bunsen.
Yeah.
Or Mrs. Bunsen, I don't know.
That's true. Edna Bunsen.
Edna Bunsen.
That was
and
it.
her wonderful flaming invention.
Oh man,
which,
there's a little clip there. We used to have these ads in Canada called Heritage Moments, and it would be a 30-second encapsulation of something in Canadian history, like when Banting and Best created insulin at the University of Toronto. And you'd have like a little thing. So I could imagine something about Edna Bunsen, and if Britain decided to do the same thing, she's like, going down the shops or something or whatever. And then, someone's like, I don't know how to create a constant heat under, my buns while I'm glazing them. And she's like, oh, and then she goes home and meditates on it.
You know what I'm going to say, Rob?
What's that?
Let's put a pin in that.
Let's put a pin in that.
Pin in Bunsen burner.
Right. Pin and Bunsen burner. I thought you were going to say, enough, Rob, let's move on.
Well, I am also going to say that because we do only now have 8.5 minutes left.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Get quite a lot of clues. So let's start.
Biscuit type, Theo.
Oh, yeah, go on.
6
what
down.
What clue is this?
7, 5, 6 down. Biscuit type. 7 letters, 5 letters. The second word, we have E as the third last letter and M as the last letter for and I think I know what the last word might be. And maybe if I gave that, you could come up with the first word. What do you think? Deal?
Yes, deal. Go on.
Okay, cream.
Custard.
Bam.
That's brilliant. What an excellent example of our transatlantic collaboration that was.
Because it had to be cream, but I didn't know what the beginning was going to be. So
straight away,
thank you, Theo.
You're not going to catch a Brit out on his biscuits.
Honestly, I knew I wouldn't catch you out on your biscuits. Kate may.
Brilliant. That's possibly the quickest I've ever got a clue. Yes, got to be the custard cream.
Yeah.
An absolute staple of village halls up and down the land. Right.
Yes.
8 across. Lending at extortionate rates. 5 letters. U blank U blank blank.
Oh, yes. Great word. This is a very biblical word.
Which is eluding me.
Yeah, and it's a sin. Well, I don't know if it's one of the deadly sins, but usury.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed I didn't get that.
Not cool, Theo. Don't be a usurer. Like the money lenders in the temple when Jesus cast aspersions upon them.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. 10 across. Most delicious. 8 letters. T blank S blank 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 S blank.
Tesla-licious?
Tastiest?
Yeah, that sounds better than Tesla-licious.
Yes, just probably, yes, more likely to be a word.
Probably.
And then 1 down. Are you seeing this one? Body structure, 8 letters.
Yeah.
P blank Y blank I blank blank.
Yeah, and you use this when someone's like got a nice one of these, like, ooh, that is quite a specimen. He has a chiseled this.
Jawline. No,
P space Y space I. That's it. That's what we got.
Chiseled.
It's tough. No. It's tough because the second letter is not sort of immediately what you'd expect. But let me say it. The second letter turns a P into a F. How's that? And then
so it's PHY.
Yeah.
Oh, physique. Yes.
Physique.
Thank you. Lovely.
He has quite the physique.
It's quite the specimen. Yes. Right. 13 across. Dismissed while in a hurry.
Yeah.
3-3. R blank N blank U blank.
R space N space U space. What in the dismissed while in a hurry? It must be ran.
Yeah. Or run. But
it's dismissed.
The past tense.
I think.
Ran out.
Yeah.
So in cricket, you can get run out if you are running between the stumps and then someone hits the wicket with the ball. It's it's called your run out.
Is it?
So if you were dismissed while in a hurry, that would work.
Okay.
With the clue, ran out.
Now, would it be ran out or run out? What's your thinking?
Well, you would say run out, but the past tense does imply ran. So I was run. No, you could say I was run out in the past. I was run out.
Oh, okay.
So let's go run. Yeah.
Do you want to go run? All right. It's up to you. I'm not a cricketer.
Well, nor am I really.
But you did have a green close to your house, where I did not. I did not. The closest clear cricket green is rather far away from here.
Indeed. Yes. not huge in Canada, is it? Cricket.
Well, you see a lot of South Asians setting up shop in just about any given park these days playing cricket. And it's a source of some annoyance in the area because they'll sort of wear down part of the field where they're constantly going and doing the running back and forth.
I see.
And so people are like, oh, there's part of the pitch is kind of like...
Around the crease.
Yes, around the crease, exactly. But they do seem so happy. So I don't begrudge them.
Cricket's always... I was just talking to Kate about this last night, that it's a sport I really should be into. I love a pedestrian sport. I love golf. I love snooker, all of that. But for some reason, cricket just doesn't do it for me. I think it's because I'm hopeless at maths and I find the scoring really confusing. That might be why.
Well, you know what? I'm going to put a pin in pedestrian sports, Theo, for later on after we bat this out, because we got two. Yeah. We don't want to get run out.
We don't want to get run out.
And we have two
don't
left.
Run out of time. We've got 3 minutes to get 2 clues. And they are 16 across, carp relative, 4 letters, C blank, U blank.
Yeah.
So a fish of some kind, presumably. Not that I'm seeing that straight away. And then this infliction, which is the 12 letters starting with P. And I won't go through them all to save time, but we think it might end shun.
We know it. Well, it's T space O-N. So we're feeling,
Yeah. So what could this carp relative be?
Well, I think I have a guess on that one. It could be our old friend, the chub.
Oh, chub. Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah. That's a great guess. I'm not good on fish types, I have to say.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna suggest for terrible listening but potentially efficient crossword looking. Theo, take the top half of the keyboard, starting with Q until H, and test consonants or vowels for that fourth position after P space R. We presume it's a vowel in the second position because it's P space R. But that fourth one, I feel like if we get a consonant there that would work, and I think it's probably a consonant, it could bash it open. So if you take from Q to H, I'll take from J to M, and we'll give our best consonant each.
Okay.
Ready? Go.
Ready.
All right.
Okay.
No, K's mine, Theo.
Okay, go on.
No, I said K's mine. I'm just joking.
Oh, K is yours.
Yes. Don't
mine
you dare.
Mine is S or P, another P.
Yeah. I think M could be N, like
surely it's ration as well. R-A.
You'd think, eh?
So.
Oh wait, no. Damn it! I was gonna think. Oh damn it! I think persecution, but it doesn't fit.
Oh Rob, that's a great guess.
Doesn't fit.
But just not quite because of boozer.
Okay, so period.
I've been inflicted by a. But persecution, that does work.
But it doesn't.
Do we change boozer? Could it be something that's not boozer?
I don't think so. With the Z, I mean, it's got to end in R, I think. Because the Z, we know it's from laissez-faire.
Also, persecution doesn't actually fit.
No, okay, forget it. Damn it. Okay, move on. Abandon.
Okay, we've got 30 seconds to get this.
Oh my god.
Oh god. We're gonna have to make up a word again, Rob. Right, I'm gonna guess P-U-R-S. Perseration.
Or perseveration. Oh my god. Are we really gonna lose on this thing?
Oh,
we are too.
Time's up.
Okay, well, we went with your one. That's the last one we heard.
Perseration.
Okay.
Which is almost certainly not a word.
No, infliction. Oh my god, it feels annoying to have to stop here. Listeners,
Oh, Rob.
what do we do?
So, I'm going to check this word.
Well, no, let's get letter by letter. So
Surprise. Okay, so, I've checked the word, which tells me perseration was wrong, but we were in the right ballpark. So it is P blank R blank E blank R-A-T-I-O-N.
Okay,
so we were only 3 letters out.
I reckon it's P-E-R.
Yeah.
just because I think that makes sense. PER. Do you know this word?
Nope, nothing is coming to mind.
Oh! You mean you haven't checked the whole word?
No. I've only checked which letters I had correct from my guess.
Okay. So if it's PER space E space ration, and it's infliction, not inflection, infliction, which I didn't know was a word before today. Perforation.
Okay, E is correct. The second letter is E.
All right, now
So it's PER blank E blank ration.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think this is a word we don't know, isn't it?
Yeah,
because we surely would have seen it by now.
Yeah. Gration? Aggration? It's kind of
Okay, I'm just going to get it because...
Okay, yeah, this is probably getting boring for people.
It's a perpetration.
Oh, a perpetration, something that was inflicted upon you. Yeah.
Like a perpetrator.
Like a
perpetrator of a perpetration.
Perpetrator of a perpetration.
I suppose that does make sense, but it's just not a use of that word, not a sort of...
A perpetration. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, but something that's inflicted upon you is perpetrated upon your person. I feel like we probably could have got that. I think it's one of those ones that if you'd walked away from it and come back sort of an hour or two later, you would have got it immediately.
Yeah. Which means we kick off Series 3 with a defeat. But... I'm not daunted, Rob, because this is, we've been in this boat many times.
We have.
And in that we've been behind in the scores.
We have rode through this inclement weather.
We have.
So,
and the main thing is we've got our season off to a start. And not a bad start. I mean, we were pretty good there otherwise.
Yeah,
I'm just going to double check that we got everything else correct, which we did.
Oh, your run out was right too. I was
run out was correct.
Wondering about ran out.
So we were only that one word away, and
two
to
letters.
Be fair to us, I don't think perpetrator. I guess perpetration. As I say, a perpetrator.
Yeah,
is the use of that word. I would.
Yeah, you don't think of a perpetration as a sort of thing. I was the victim of an unsound perpetration.
Again, we could set our readers the challenge to, to use that in their everyday speech this week.
Crosswords done. That was fun. Now let's have a chat.
Should we get to our pins?
Yeah.
Our lovely svelte pins. So,
yes.
Bunsen burner, firstly.
Yeah.
It is not Edna, sadly. But Robert Bunsen.
Robert Bunsen.
And here we go. Let's have a look at Robert Bunsen. So,
Life and Times.
He was German, despite the rather English-sounding name. He was a German chemist who investigated emission spectra in the 19th century of heated elements. Yes. And became a hero of school children everywhere when he developed the Bunsen burner.
Yes.
An improvement on the laboratory burners then in use.
Huh.
So, yeah. Hat tip to Robert Bunsen. I'm trying to find a single sort of fact about him that is a little off the wall or... Actually... I have discovered this lovely little section of his Wikipedia bio under the headline Personality.
Yeah.
And it says, Bunsen was one of the most universally admired scientists of his generation. He was a master teacher devoted to his students, and they equally devoted to him. At a time of vigorous and often caustic scientific debates, Bunsen always conducted himself as a perfect gentleman, maintaining his distance from theoretical disputes. He much preferred to work quietly in his lab, continuing to enrich his science with useful discoveries. As a matter of principle, he never took out a patent, and he never married.
Wow.
But then it says, despite his lack of pretension, Bunsen was a vivid chemical character, in quotation marks, had a well-developed sense of humour and is the subject of many amusing anecdotes.
Wow.
Well, there you go. What a legend.
That sounds like it was written by a sort of admirer, a later admirer.
By him.
Yeah, by him.
Forward projecting 100 years to anticipate the invention of the internet. Yes, I leave this in my will on my future internet biography page. I would like to include this section under personality with the words, he was one of the most universally admired scientists of his generation.
Having achieved nothing of substance other than the creation of the Bunsen burner, he nonetheless took an amateur's interest in taxidermy and the behaviors of slime molds.
Yes, and even though most school children make fun of my invention and try to set fire to their ties with it, it is in fact vital to the pursuit of science.
And the springboard for much ballyhoo.
I mean, of course, we're making him sound like an old sort of an old British colonel, but he was in fact, of course, German. So yes. Anyway, let's draw a veil over our friend Robert Bunsen and move swiftly on to your pin, which was, remind me again,
slow motion
Rob,
sports, Theo.
Slow motion sports,
Theo.
Excellent.
Baseball.
Yeah, that's the slowest of all.
Oh, I think cricket has it because baseball doesn't last days. But
I suppose not. No, cricket does literally go on for days.
The baseball is slow to unwind. But I took my kids to see a Blue Jays game when we were in Toronto. Not this weekend, but the weekend before, the Labor Day weekend, what we call it here. So we don't do Labor Day on May 1st. We do it at the end of the summer on the first weekend in September. And we were in Toronto visiting Mother. And for my son's birthday, we got baseball tickets. So we went to see the Blue Jays play against the Milwaukee Brewers. And the Blue Jays prevailed 8-4. It was the first game that my children had been to. I went to a lot of baseball games when I was a kid. I used to play baseball. My father was quite a ball fan. So it was just a lovely day. And when you go to baseball, you sort of amuse yourself by eating. So you get sort of popcorn and pizza and hot dogs and beer, and you just sit there and kind of heckle.
Yeah.
And
it's just an excuse to indulge one's appetite. Yes.
And then there's some man in the row behind you who's got a sort of flip-up notepad on which he's keeping all of his own stats on the game, you know. And then there's some other guy with a sort of headset radio that he is listening to other ball games at the same time, so he's keeping up on the scores. And
see, that's the thing about these sports. They do attract a certain kind of nerd.
Oh yes,
that sort of train spotting element where people just love the numbers and they love the stats and they love to really sort of dig into all the sort of ins and outs at a level that actually probably exceeds anything that the players themselves are,
of course,
remotely considering. So yeah, I guess that's part of the appeal. I mean, I as I mentioned, am quite a golf watcher, partly because I played the sport a lot when I was a teenager. So I think whenever you play a sport, you have a sort of obviously greater understanding of it, and also greater understanding of how good the people at the very top of that sport are to be able to do it so consistently. Anyway, and I was watching some golf yesterday. Rory McIlroy winning the Irish Open, which was quite a good sort of finale as these things go. And Kate was watching a bit with me. Kate, needless to say, is not a golf fan. And she said, why do they need 4 days to work out who the best golfer is? You know, why do they need to do 4 rounds of 18 holes? And my response to that was, well, because it was invented by bored shepherds, you know, who used their crooks to whack the stones, and that sort of gave birth to, you know, the game of golf as we know it today. And when a game is basically invented as a procrastination, as a way of just filling time in a field, then why should it be short?
That's true.
I mean, the whole point is that it takes up as many hours as it possibly can.
Yeah. You're going to be up in the fells all summer. There's just no point in doing this over 9 holes.
Exactly. In cricket's exactly the same thing. It's like, you know, bunches of blokes standing around bored at the weekends going, how can we possibly fill these long hours, when we have no childcare responsibilities? I tell you what, we're going to come up with a sport that involves, innings and tea breaks and lunch breaks and all the rest of it, because that's kind of the whole point. But yeah, I'm a big fan of pedestrian sports. I think there's a lot to be said for the sort of intensity of a football match or a boxing bout, but I think there's also an awful lot to be said for just the sort of slow passing of time.
Yeah, I wonder if if they're under threat in the sort of the era of the short attention span. I was reading an article this week about just the declines in literacy and reading in general. And that a lot of it is that the book has to compete with these sort of constantly flashing, fast-paced entertainment media. And the humble book is just not delivering that punch that people are sort of craving. But for that matter, the cricket or baseball also don't deliver much in the way of sort of constant edge of seat excitement, and yet they still remain quite popular. So maybe there's hope for us yet, and maybe there's hope for the humble book as well.
I keep getting advertised these apps that promise to give you a sort of précis of a different book every day. So you can spend it's like, instead of doom scrolling, spend your screen time cramming your head with these summaries of other people's efforts. And I just find that idea so depressing. A bit like the slow sport thing. It's like, surely one of the joys of reading is that it does take time, and that I'm not by any means a fast reader or a particularly voracious reader, unlike my daughter, who can seemingly read a book in an evening. I do take my time with them, but I like to think I really sort of get every drop out of them when I do give time to that activity. And we do live in this very short attention span world now, where everything is just about cramming as much as you possibly can into every minute of every day, and sort of cutting out the middleman of time as much as you possibly can. Even sort of listening to things faster. You listen to podcasts at times 2 speed, or listen to apparently students do it a lot for lectures and lecture notes. They just put it all on like times 2-3 speed. Which, I sort of get as a means to an end, but I don't know what that's doing to us as humans.
I think it's sort of the equivalent of eating a lot of refined flour and sugar, right? You could say, well, you know what? Like, what you really want is the carbohydrates and the sort of glucose. So you should just eat like refined flour. Like, don't eat anything whole wheat, because it's just wasted sort of bran in there. And don't eat fruit, because what you really need is the sugar. And then you got all this hard sort of husk and other things and whatever. And then you got a core you have to deal with. Like, forget it. Just have sugar. Like, you could even drink it. Faster, more efficient delivery of sugar. And lo and behold, that somehow seems to lead not to human flourishing, but to human decline and other things. That doesn't actually create health. And I think mental health, like, we're living in this epidemic of mental health, especially amongst the youth, who are the ones most susceptible to these messages of cram, 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 and concentrate, concentrate, concentrate. Not focus, but concentrate all the things, boil them down to the smallest possible thing. Like why in the shit would you just read summaries of books? What, so you could say you read them? Like, so that you could like throw out a quote or two? Like, the point of reading a book is, as you said, is the experience. It's sort of having it slowly wash over you and sort of change your way of seeing the world. A good book does that. A good book changes how you see the world, but only if you're willing to commit the time to entering into its world, right?
Yeah.
So
that's the sad thing. And
anyway, my position on that is unsurprising.
We spoke a lot over the summer, obviously, as I mentioned, about our sort of creative endeavors, and I think both of us share an ambition to one day write a book. But the sad fact is that audience for those books is diminishing, and it feels increasingly like it's. I mean, I don't think the book will ever completely die, but it's certainly not the sort of the dominant message carrier of our age.
Oh, no.
Which is, of course, this little screen in all of our hands. Which is, very sad, and I'm sort of... Anyway, I'm sure we'll pick up on this theme as the series develops.
And have in seasons 1 and 2.
And have done previously, because it's one we keep coming back to. But anyway, let's leave on hopefully a cheerier note by... what's on your horizon for the week, Rob?
Not a whole heck of a lot. Busy week, work, whatever. This weekend I'm gonna go back up to the lakes for one last little foray before that all ends. So we did a canoe trip this summer, which sort of reacquainted me with my love of Canadian nature and lakes and canoeing, and back to slow speed, like a really slow pace of life. So
absolutely.
So we rented a rustic cottage in Papineau-la-Belle, which is a park about 2.5-3 hours from here, on a lake. Going to go fishing with my son and canoeing. A friend of his and his friend's dad are going to come, so it'll be like four lads going out to the lake to just sort of like have campfires and fish and canoe around and kind of slow things down. Yeah, so that'll be nice. Great. I'll report back next weekend or next week's podcast. What about you?
Immediately on the horizon is my wife's birthday, which I've got to, I don't actually have to do very much, but make sure that dinner plans are arranged and gifts requisitioned. So that's that. And then at the weekend, we're going to go and see The Producers musical, which I'm reviewing, which is coming into the West End.
Nice.
And we're going to take the kids to The Lion King, which feels like a sort of cultural rite of passage.
Double bill.
These days, a double bill, yes, that happened more by accident than design. And then there's a lovely thing happening on Sunday in the local park, which is Brockfest, which is a linked to the open mic, the junior open mics that used to be held in Herne Hill. Well, they're doing a kind of celebratory festival of all of those wonderful events. By presenting, it's basically a sort of an afternoon-long gig.
Cool.
Where all the acts who've sort of risen
South London's Got Talent.
South London's Got Talent, exactly. And yes, a big shout out to them, because my daughter took part in a couple of those junior open mics at Off the Cuff in Herne Hill, and
fun.
They've really been a launch pad for so many young musicians at a time when, as we know, grassroots music is very much under threat. So we'll be going along and supporting that on Sunday.
Nice.
So yeah.
Full weekend. Full cultural weekend.
A cultural weekend indeed, which is always nice. So yes, much to look forward to, and much to get into next week when we meet again. So yeah, shall I sign us off?
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you everybody for joining this episode 1 of season 3 of Two Across by Theo Bezaget and Rob Cole, with the music by Enthusiasts, which you can find on Spotify or wherever you listen to such things. And you can get in touch with us if you would like to do by emailing twoacrosspod@gmail.com. That's 2 spelled out. So please get in touch with your suggestions, your reactions, your thoughts, your frustrations at our failure to get any clues. And yes, we hopefully will hear from you soon, and either way we will be talking to you again next week, so do join us then. Goodbye.
I love him, and I'm gonna name him. It's gonna be a perfect name because he's a perfect dog and I love him. Isn't he great?
No, I don't like him.
What?
Sorry.
What's wrong with him?
He's just not my type of dog. He's just not Terrier.
Terriers are my very favorite breed. They're cute and cuddly, easy dogs to feed.